Yeah, you can get redness there, can't you?
Yeah. Good morning. It's 5:20. Better start this morning. We have this climb to finish, about 500 foot, and then we'll have a relatively easy first half of the day, going mainly downhill.
Don't worry, I fought off the bear last night and the shoulder's okay.
Ryan ran into a tree.
He's a bear. He's a bear.
If I can remember to do so, I will put the picture up. It was quite nasty. He's picking fights with inanimate objects out here on a regular basis. I don't know why.
Some patches of snow today. We're going round there. Oh, there's Heidi. She only gets faster when I've got a camera on her.
It really is lovely when you're up this early. I'm just saying, we like this mountain. It's probably as high as the one we climbed over yesterday, but it keeps the snow to an absolute bare minimum. We got a little bit more snow on this side, but it's almost only on the trail. No snow. Trail. PCT badge.
It's stopping for a nice coffee with the nice wife. And we got our bag of tea, coffee and old people's drugs. And that's how we carry our food. We have it on top of my bear canister. So what we use for the day, so we don't have to get a bear canister out every day, is in that bag. And at night, everything that we don't use goes back into the bear canister. So we're just having a quick cup of tea and coffee at... I couldn't tell you what time. What time?
Oh. I don't know.
She's going to tell us. Not she, Heidi.
5 to 8. The snow started to get a bit more continuous. It's funny here. It gets more continuous the further down in elevation you get. We're trying to find a path. We've lost it again as per usual, and we think one of these little streams here
Maybe the path.
might actually be the path. The Navi has us
A couple of meters away.
like going straight towards it there. And that's the direction. And there's just streams.
Yeah.
So one of them might be the trail. It's only just gone 9. And all of this snow, I mean there's only patches of it. We had about a mile of absolute clear after second coffee, but all of this stuff is already slushy as, you know, a slushy thing. And it's not even 9 o'clock. I've been following these unexpected little meadows for a while now. Sometimes some on the left, some on the right. It's incredible. When there's actually a lake down there now, I don't think that's supposed to be there.
No.
We're about 3.5 miles from where we want to have lunch, and this is awaiting us. It is slushier than a slushy thing on a slushy day. At slush o'clock, it's just horrible. And there seems to be a lot of it, and it's all going uphill. Yay.
Not yet. Beep.
Well, that was short but deeply unpleasant. We're on a snow-free path back up now to the various junctions to Horseshoe Meadow. Oh, we're not quite at Trail Pass yet, Trail Pass Junction. We just run into a group of 4 hikers doing a training hike for Whitney. And they were so sweet. They very kindly shared all their snacks out with us because, you know, they went, oh, we're just weekend warriors. And we're like, well, what are we? You know,
We're just day warriors.
day
Occasionally we do it day after day.
by day. Yeah.
There's nothing special about us. We're just walking.
Look at this. I thought somebody was building cairns and stuff again, but these are actual outcroppings of the rock. How bizarre. And in the background is a rock that looks like a pig or a resting cow. This is just brutal. We're getting nowhere. Everywhere it's the slushy snow now.
This is the path.
I mean, yeah, we're sort of on the path.
It's going higher.
But getting absolutely nowhere. We'd stop now for lunch, but we're out of the water.
Yeah.
Which was a bit silly to let ourselves get to that state, but you know, didn't sound much. 1.7 miles to the bloody water source. Nobody said it was 1.7 miles through slushy snow uphill.
Been going through here about 10 minutes. We've got at least another mile to the water source. But yeah, still a lot of snow. May delay us a bit to get to Whitney.
How quickly the trail can turn. Second coffee, we thought we were going to do 20 miles today.
And the snow hit.
Now
we hit the snow.
Now we're sitting in a snow hole, having lunch, and it's just turned 4 o'clock. It took us 2 hours to do the last 1.5 miles from Trail Pass Junction to here. Yeah. What can you say? At least lunch is shit.
Hi guys, there's Heidi. This is where we are for the night. Beautiful location. There's Heidi getting kooky. What week are we on?
We're on week 11, believe it or not.
11.
Day 77 has just passed. Well, still passing.
Just one point. For you male hikers out there, especially the ones with the like marathon run shorts.
Yeah,
If
the nice wide ones that sort of flap out.
When you don't wear underpants, people can see them.
Yeah.
Especially when they're having a meal or when there's young children about. It's not nice.
Don't bend over in mixed company, please. That's all we're saying.
Yes. Know where your jewels are and what are you showing. And moving on.
Moving on from that one. Well, what could we possibly be talking about this week? Snow. Post-holing.
Been a tough... Well, today's been really tough.
Yeah, today has been horrendous.
It
Yesterday was toughish.
wasn't as acceptable. But now, because the elevation in the mountains we've been climbing, we got to 1.5 miles from where you can get the second to last point you can get off to
Lone Pine, yeah, Trail Pass Junction.
And,
sorry, there's a coffee boiling behind us, that's why I keep looking back.
We were after some water, 1.5 miles.
Further on, yeah.
Took us 2 hours with post. It was just...
Yeah.
Because we got there at like 12? Less? What time did we get there?
Trail Junction we must have left there around 1:15, 1:30ish.
Yeah, and it was just slides, post holing. It's hard work.
We were having lunch to our 4 o'clock alarm. That's just not good. And yeah, there'll be more of that to come. I mean, we were fully prepared in the Sierras to move at around 1 mile an hour. That's kind of has always been the plan. We're not in the Sierras yet. We didn't realize it was quite this bad here. And it's this it's the typical, it's pretty much uninterrupted snow cover around 10,500, and that's pretty much where we're at now and where we're going to stay until we actually hit the Sierras proper. So I'm guessing we're going to have a lot of that to do. In the mornings when the snow is nice and crunchy and solid still, the microspikes are doing a great job. You can move. But in the afternoon when it gets slushy, there's just... Sometimes microspikes help. Most of the time they don't. They don't stop you post-holing. They'll stop some of the slides sideways, but they don't stop you post-holing. It's just, you know, it's what you've got to put up with, really. Ah, the coffee has boiled.
Coffee.
Coffee is important. So yeah, so we'll anticipate extremely slow progress going forward. However, we have done the classic again, where I worked out today, because we got off to a bit of a flying start, actually. Leaving Kennedy Meadows, I think, because we were so keen to finally get going. Again. We were pushing quite a bit, and I realised today, as I was walking through, that at the pace that we had set ourselves, because our original plan was to reach Crabtree Meadow tomorrow, and then do Whitney the day after. We're now thinking Crabtree Meadow might happen the day after, depending on how much snow. But actually, if we had stuck to the original plan, we would be hitting Independence on a weekend again, and we have a parcel there in the post office. So it's probably not a bad thing if we're getting slightly delayed, as long as we don't run out of food. And on the subject of food, this is the shortest weekly expense ever, because most of this week's expense technically is already in the previous video, because we lost track of time and everything, because we were at Grumpy Bears for so long. And while I wrote down everything we ate and drank and bought, I didn't write down on which specific day, so 99% of what we spent technically this week is actually already in the summary for last week. All there is to add to that is we spend another $74.03 on Grumpy Bear food.
And beer.
And beer. And $40.20 on postage, because once my boots had arrived, once Brian's boots had arrived, I'd ordered a spare pair for myself. So I bounced that ahead, and we could finally finalize all these other bounce parcels. So everything, I think we've got about 4 parcels sitting in Lake Tahoe waiting for us. So that is it for this week. Allegedly $114.23. So if only that were true. But yeah, that's the expenses that are still missing from Grumpy Bears, and there shouldn't be anything else now until Independence.
Yeah.
Hey, you might have a week of no spend.
Gotta be something to spend on. I love spending.
There's an ice cream van on the top of Whitney, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
It sells beer as well.
We set off from our camp spot somewhere here-ish at 733.6. Full of the joys of spring. Enjoying the beautiful views along the ridge. And even when we hit the snow, we weren't too perturbed. We lost the trail a little bit, as you do, every single time. Ended up kind of regaining it here by the water source. And yeah, and just had a really good morning. Thought, yeah, we'll make 8.5 miles from here to lunch. No problem, that's why we had second coffee. Set off at a good pace. Yep, very enjoyable. And then we hit the snow. And that was the end. I mean, we were doing fine. We were bypassing water sources, which was really stupid in hindsight. I mean, the one where we had second coffee we could have filled up, but didn't. We didn't go, 1/10 of a mile east of the PCT to Deer's Creek, because we thought, oh well, you know, it's not that long. There's our lunch spot. And then round about, yeah, I don't know, the trail junctions, there were patches of snow everywhere. The trail junctions to Horseshoe Meadow were still okay-ish, patches of snow, but nothing bad. So we had a nice long chat with a group of day hikers around about here that were training. Trail pass. They were training for well, they said they were on a training hike, but they're actually doing Whitney as of tomorrow. But the proper way from Whitney Portal, so 3 to 4 day hike. We had a nice chat with them, met two older gentlemen that are also hiking the PCT. They had just come up from Lone Pine, had a little chat with them. Everything was going well, and then the snow started. And it just didn't stop. I mean, when you look at this now, as we said, it's 1.5 miles between Trail Pass Junction and where the spring that we were aiming for was. And we lost 2 hours trying to do that. It just was horrendous. Didn't know whether to use microspikes, didn't know whether to not use microspikes, put them on a bit too late probably in the day. Post-holing, slipping, sliding, losing the trail, bushwhacking, just you name it. We didn't think we were actually going to see the spring, because the last report, which was from the 20th of May, so that was technically before the winter storm, said it was covered in snow. But Brian luckily spotted a dampish patch somewhere down the trail, and it turned out to really be the spring. So we managed to fill up with water, and we had our very late lunch there, and then carried on and just kind of, I mean, it must have been about 4:30, I think, when we set off from our lunch spot. And we just thought, well, the next flat spot will have to be it, because we're now facing another climb again, and we really didn't want to, you know, do any more post-holing tonight. So we have now pulled over at somewhere here, sort of 1/2 mile from where we had tea, at mile 747.3, and we'll just have to set the alarm really, really early tomorrow morning and get up when the snow is nice and crunchy.